Imagine cruising down the highway wrapped in luxury, but then deciding to take an unplanned detour through a muddy trail, and doing it with absolute confidence. Sounds like a fantasy? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving deep into a vehicle that turns that dream into reality. Meet the Range Rover Sport, the epitome of versatility in the SUV realm. It's sleek, it's powerful, and let me tell you, it's not afraid to get its wheels a little dirty. Stay tuned, because you won't want to miss what makes this the Range Rover that can truly do it all. Hey folks, let's take a trip back to 2005. That's right, when the Range Rover Sport first hit the scene, it was a game changer. Seriously, it was one of the OG high-performance SUVs. Now, fast SUVs are everywhere, so you've got to wonder, how does the Range Rover Sport stay ahead? Well, here's the scoop. Just months after the full-size Range Rover got a makeover, the Sport rolled out. It's not just a pretty face, though. This beast is 35% stronger and sits 20mm lower. Yep, that's why it's called Sport. And get this, it's versatile. It comes standard with four-wheel drive. Plus, you've got engine options galore, gasoline, diesel, and even hybrid. So, no matter your jam, the Sport's got you. So, you're wondering about the inside, right? First off, let's talk touchscreen. It's big, but perfectly placed. Seriously, it doesn't mess with your road view. Quality-wise, it's solid. Although I won't lie, it could be a tad more responsive. Now, here's a relief. No fumbling through menus for climate control. You've got two handy knobs for that. Twist them, push them, or pull them to adjust temperature, fan speed, or to heat up those seats. Alright, moving on. Getting in and out is a breeze. Why? You can actually lower the air suspension. And let me tell you, there's room to spare in both rows. As for the driver's seat, it's high, it's upright, and it has excellent visibility. You've got thin roof beams and upright windows, so you're not playing peekaboo with traffic. Oh, and a quick shout out to the heated windshield on our test car. Super useful in the cold, but heads up, it did catch some eyes. So, how does this beauty roll? Engine choices are plentiful. From a gas-saving plug-in hybrid to a beastly turbocharged V8, there's something for everyone. It came with a mid-level P400 mild hybrid inline-six, and let me tell you, it's got some kick for a luxury SUV. It blasted from 0 to 60 in just 5.8 seconds during our Edmonds track test. Now, there's a small catch. The throttle can feel a bit sluggish unless you're in dynamic mode. But once you're there, oh man, the power delivery is silky smooth, and it really pulls at high RPMs. Okay, quick reality check. Despite the Sport in its name, this isn't a gymnast in the sense of the word. It's a tad wobbly, and the stability tech jumps in pretty quick. And yeah, it leans in turns and has a little dive when you hit the brakes. The steering? Not as crisp as some competitors. But hey, there's a silver lining. The air suspension lifts up for extra off-road clearance. Coupled with Land Rover's robust all-wheel drive system, this ride is more than just a pretty face. Alright, let's geek out on tech for a second, shall we? First up, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are in the house. Yep, they link up wirelessly. Oh, and you're not going to run out of charging spots, trust me. USB-C, USB-A, you name it. Each row has them. Plus, there's even a wireless charging pad. Now, if you're a fan of built-in navigation, you're in luck. This system is a cinch to use. But heads up, the voice commands are a bit, well, let's say old school. Not as intuitive as some other luxe SUVs out there. Switching gears, let's talk driving aids. Adaptive cruise control, blind spot warning, and surround view cameras all come standard. And they're not just for show, these systems are on point. Seriously, they keep gaps tight and stops gentle. We didn't catch any hiccups from the emergency features either. Hey folks, are you enjoying this deep dive into the Range Rover Sport? If you're loving these insights as much as we loved gathering them, go ahead and smash that like button below. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss out on future reviews and all the car tech chatter you can handle. Okay, let's chat cargo space. Behind the second row, you've got about 31.9 cubic feet. Fold those 40-20-40 split seats down, and boom, you're looking at 53 cubic feet of space. It's decent, But if you're comparing, Mercedes and BMW offer a bit more in the back. But get this, there's a neat button in the hatch to lower the air suspension. Talk about making loading and unloading a breeze. Now, let's pivot to the front. The center console? It's deep, but here's the kicker. The opening is kind of small, so don't plan on dropping your entire purse in there. And, oh, that big bin under the cup holders? Yeah, you've got to remove your drinks to get to it. Not exactly a win in our book. When it comes to car seats, you're in luck. Easy access to rear anchor points, and the air suspension lowers for simpler kiddo boarding. Sweet, right? Alright, here's the scoop on this big ol' beast. Land Rover calls it a PHEV, and it's packing some serious batteries under the hood. Now they throw around numbers like from 2008-10 kWh when it's empty. But here's the kicker. When you load it up with fuel, family, and all their gear, you're easily tipping over 3 tons. Yup, it's a weighty one. And you know what's funny? Land Rover doesn't really like it when you mention their additive engineering approach. They're all about reductive design, but it seems like their motto might be add weight, no one will notice. But here's the thing. Most of the big names in the game have kind of given up the fight against size and weight. Instead, they're doubling down on tech to offset the heft. It's the way of the road these days. Alright, let's talk fuel, shall we? The Range Rover Sport's mileage dance depends on which engine you're rocking. With that plug-in hybrid option in the mix, you're looking at a range between 18 and 22 miles per gallon on the highway. SE Dynamic, rocking the P400 inline-6 engine, clocked in at about 21 miles per gallon on the highway. That's pretty much par for the course in this class. Alright folks, let's talk about the feel of this Range Rover Sport. When you hear Range Rover, comfy comes to mind, right? However, that is not to say that it is a plush paradise. Nonetheless, it will not jar your bones. Seats? Oh yeah, they're plush and got your back literally. You can tweak them in the back too, so everyone's comfy. As for noise, it's pretty chill inside, just a whisper of wind and road. But here's where it gets interesting. We thought that trusty air suspension would iron out the road's kinks, but it's not quite there. You'll feel more of the road than you might expect in a high-end SUV. Blame it on those giant 23-inch wheels. We'd say stick with the standard 21 inches for a smoother ride. Now, climate control, not a strong suit. The fans, they're not shy, and the AC takes a breather when the engine's stop-start feature kicks in at stoplights. But hey, at least the buttons are user-friendly. Alright, let's tackle the big question. Is the Range Rover Sport a good deal? Well, brace yourself because it's not exactly a budget-friendly option. In fact, it's up there as one of the pricier SUVs in town. But what do you get for that hefty price tag? First off, it's a looker. Clean design, top-notch materials. Dash, doors, center panel trim, it's a class act. Soft leather wraps you in luxury, and nothing feels cheap. Now, here's the twist. While it's less costly than some rivals from Audi, BMW, and Mercedes-Benz, Land Rover does charge a premium for the name. The price might not be a steal, but the standard features are on par with the competition. Warranty-wise, you're looking at a basic and engine warranty for 4 years or 50,000 miles, which is pretty standard. Rust protection for 6 years? Check. And you've got free emergency assistance for 4 years or 50,000 miles. It's the industry norm, but keep in mind that some brands sweeten the deal with free scheduled service calls. The fresh Range Rover Sport is giving off some major big Range Rover vibes, inside and out. It's not the flashiest kid on the block, but it's far from dull. Think of it as cool and clean. There's no need for an overwhelming screen show when you're inside. Now, some might say the Range Rover family has grown a bit, and that might take a smidge away from the luxury and exclusivity. But fear not. The Range Rover Sport still oozes that high-end aura we've all come to expect from it. And there you have it, folks. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed our deep dive and subscribe. Got questions or something specific you want to see next? Drop a comment below and we'll make sure to cover it in upcoming videos.